Hi all, Sean Birch 92 here, bringing you the Harpie deck profile once again, but this time this is the deck I took with me to the regionals Saturday, well last Saturday, and I have been meaning to put this up immediately, but I have just been delayed. But yes, I went to regionals with Harpie ladies. I came in 16th, as the title of this video should be, unless I forget that part too. Knowing my luck, I probably will. But yeah, went to regionals, 7 rounds, I came in 16th. With Harpies, I had 5 wins and 2 losses. I did battle quite a few tough decks, I must admit. The 2 losses were a Burning Abyss Speed Void deck, which I'd not quite come across before. Very good deck, I'll give him credit on that. It is a very good deck, I would recommend it. And I lost to a Magician Pendulum siding in Magispectre, which kind of bugged me because they got Unicorn out first turn, and when you've got a normal summon Chandelier, they just bounce it. So yeah, those 2 games didn't go well, but the others did fine against Burning Abyss and oh, what else was there? There was just a lot of other, pretty much just the generic decks that just tears and all that much. But let's just get straight into it. I've separated monsters, spell traps, the extra deck and side decks, just so you can see the full thing from start to finish. And yeah, this is what got me in 16. I had 2 Harpie Lady 1s, all win monsters gain 300, condition effect, so when I had Majesty Spleen out in Burning Abyss, this just went off still, which was quite good. 1 Cyber Harpie, just treated as Harpie Lady. 3 Chandelier, kind of got buggered by Unicorn, but this card definitely came in handy. In truth, this is probably the reason I won so many games. It's just that 1 card. Then 3 Queen, just to beat over those really annoying monsters, plus on top of that, it's just good setup with instant fusion, shooting for Nordin, and then great with summon them up to get the hunting ground to get the Chandelier faster. Then the 3 Harpie Harpists, this was quite good, because one of the Burning Abyss players then used Darkwill Dealing, so it would just be, alright, just drop that and just get my search, thank you. No skin off my back, that's for sure, because this adds a level 4 Winged Beast monster with 1500 attack from 1500 or less tap from your deck to your hand, so just Chandelier again. Then 2 Dancers, just to get rid of those, well, not those, just the shit ton of back row that was there with everyone with all their strikes and shit. Then 2 Pet Dragons, yes, this is the rank 7 build. Granted, this build did really well because with Big Eye I just nicked their Notorious Beasts, I nicked their strongest monsters, I just nicked whatever I want, and then with Flare Dragon as well, I made them pay like 3,000 points just to get rid of it. And then we got 2 Monks, self-explanatory. And then the one I did not originally plan to run, but I did put in, was 3 Battle Fader. This I put in mainly to stop all those OTKs, like with Burning Abyss, they could just spam 3 Dantes out, remove your monster from play, and then just go for the direct attack for the game. This in hand just totally just stops that, just buys you that turn, and then when it comes back to you, you just win. This also came very handy against Monarchs as well. Did go up against one of those. They had their 328s out. They had pretty much cleared my field, gone for the attack per game, and bang. Really pissed off a few players with that, I must admit. It was quite amusing. But yeah, that's the monsters. Yeah, that's 21 monsters, I believe. Next, 12 spells next. Pretty easy on the spell count. 3 Hunting Ground. This always got Twin Twisted. It was always quite amusing. This never got Twin Twisted. Only when this was set it got a Twin Twisted. And I did use it quite a bit, I must admit. Destroyed it myself most of the time. And speaking of Twin Twisted, I used 2 once again for Harpist. This card destroyed 2. Sometimes I used it on my own sign once just to get my +3 because I had a brick hand. Actually, in truth, I only bricked twice, and that was against the Magispectre and the Burning Abyss player in truth. Then we got 2 instant fusions, self-explanatory again with Nordin. Then we got 1 Egotist, 1 Regeki, and that's my 12 spells. And then I believe I run just, oh, actually how many was it? 7, yeah it was 7, right. Trap lineup, simple enough. 2-state party, discard card, bring back as many Harpies as possible, really helpful. Won a few games with this too. Then we got 2 anti-spell fragments. This really screwed Monarchs over, I have to give this credit. Monarchs do not like anti-spell fragrance, nor do the pendulums. Didn't really do much against Burning Abyss in truth, so I sided it out pretty much. Yeah, Burning Abyss, nah, took it out. Then just one warning, a single strike, kept both those in, and a bottomless for my 7 traps. Really good, really helpful. But with my side deck, I'll explain why I decided, well, I signed inside out. But yeah, Party came out a couple of times against Burning Abyss due to my side deck. Ugh, so I've got a bit of a runny nose now. Whew. Right, let's do extra deck next. I must admit, the extra deck wasn't decided until the night before the regional, so this made it quite interesting to go on. Got one Cowboy, pretty generic. One Abyss, so helpful. Burning Abyss and the Monarchs, they just got screwed by this. It was hilarious. One Emerald, used this once as I was there, so meh. It did alright, but it wasn't the best. Chidori, this card did the Monarchs in the most of all, I think. All they had was the field spell with a brick, and I just topped that field spell constantly with this, and they just had no outs. A Heartland Drago, really good card, can attack directly, but this card seems to, and as long as you've got a spell card like Hunting Ground, they can't attack it, so this card just saved my ass so many times. But against the high speed roids, they just sent the banished one, just banished this, and then went for the direct, and I just had no defense. But yeah, this is one of the things that helped me the most, but it did get abused quite badly. The one contestant really came in handy, I must admit. 2 Ice Beast Seraphine, once again really helpful against not Magi Spectres, Magician Pendulum. Very. One Phantasmal, never actually went into it at regionals, but it was there in case. 101, Self-Explanatory, it was just a good card to get rid of those pains. Same with Dark Rebellion, also really good monster, just the powerhouse really. Just to deal with those Monarchs mainly. Then we got Big Eye. Big Eye did a great job in my first game against the Magician Pendulum. They got their Exceed Reptile thing out, then went to Notoria Beast. I went Chandelier, got this out and just nicked the Beast and just got the round 1, but then he won. Got the first game, but then he got the last 2 because I bricked second game, and then he had Unicorn opening field third game, and I just had no out. Then Flare came in very handy, I have to admit. My opponent paid like 3,000 points just to get rid of it, and against a Burning Abyss player, yeah, he lost about 2,000 points and then banished it, unfortunately, so then that guy died. Then the 2 Nordins, yeah, just get out to my Exceeds faster really. Then to the side deck, 2 Chaos Hunters. The reason I did Chaos Hunter was that I got told this is pretty good side support against Cosmo, even though I never faced Cosmo when I was there, which was quite amusing. I had built my side deck to deal with him, and yeah, I never battled him, so yeah, this never got used. D Fisher, used this mainly against the Burning Abyss players and Monarchs. This is what this was primarily for, just siding against them. I've got Macrocosmos here too, that's why I would side these in and side these out for the party, because, well, everything gets banished, don't need the party then. And plus, with Hunting Ground 2, I can destroy this whenever I wish. Then from there, we got 2 System Downs, pay 1,000 points, banish all machine monsters your opponent controls and in their grave. So this was Infinity and Cosmo again. Again, didn't go up against them, so did little use. 2 Imperial Iron Wolves, same as Chaos Hunter, but never used it. Light Imprisoning Mirror, heard this was good against Cosmo again, but I went up against everything but, and there was no light decks I was going up against, so just didn't use it again. Then the 1 Macro, again, did use this. This was my second party side. 1 Soul Drain, I found this helpful, of course it stops effects going off in the graveyard and banished, so this was good against Burning Abyss, Cosmo, Monarch, just all those. I did use this a fair few times. And then let's see, 2 Cursed Seals, this came in very handy, I must admit. I was thinking of trying to main deck it, but it was just too short notice, I couldn't figure out what to take out for it. So I just kept this in my side deck, sided it in nearly every game, and it definitely did help, I must admit. It's one of the cards you'd have to side, or at least main it. And then with that, I had 2 spare slots, so I was trying to figure out what the hell to put in. So I chose Chain Devastation. The reason I chose this was mainly just for the Burning Abyss players. I was thinking originally to use this against the Monarch players, but they only got those 2 monsters. And the chances of getting this and the chances of them getting their monster, well, they getting their monster is pretty high in truth with all their draw power. But me getting this before they get that out was a bit slim, so this was just Burning Abyss mainly. Oh, I did use this against the Kaijus because they used the little reptiles that nick monsters, so yeah, it did come in handy against them, but beyond that, didn't really use it. But yeah, out of most of my side, I kind of used 5 to 7 cards, because the others were, like I said, just Cosmo. But yeah, that's the Harpie ladies. I'll pop a picture up of the rankings at where I was. It was the Firestorm stop in Cardiff I went to. I'll put, like I said, I'll put the list up at the end so you can see who got in first place and such. Maybe they've got a video up somewhere, I don't know. But yeah, that's where I went. It was my first time. If you're thinking about going to a regional and it's your first time, I strongly recommend going. Doesn't matter too much what you use, because as I used this, I came in 16th and I'm more happy with that. For my first regional, I'm really happy with that. And the amount of trades I got was brilliant. I'm really happy. I got a ton of new stuff that I want to try out. And yeah, if you do want to go, I strongly do recommend you go. Because I know for one thing, I will definitely be going. If I'll use this again for another regional, I do not know. Depends on what the ban list does and what other decks come out, but I would like to use something different just to see what happens. But yeah, well, I guess with that, that's the end of the video. So this is Sean Birch 92 here saying thanks again for watching, and keep up the fight.